Welcome back to the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast. It's episode 21, and we're here with Sarah from MBSD Pipes. And now, Tim, please read the MBSDpipes.com warning sticker.
Warning, everyone. This podcast will expose the listener to offensive, insensitive, off-putting, and otherwise socially unacceptable content known to the state of California to cause cancer. To avoid injury, the sponsors of this podcast suggest you grow a pair.
That away, Tim. Here we go. We got to start the podcast off right, especially
we need
since
an applause line. You know,
we do. You know, maybe we can have Ben edit in like applause and a laugh track. You know, we don't really have a soundtrack. You know, just something to think about.
We need one.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get to Sarah from MBSD Pipes, who's here to help us do the Mersham Pipe giveaway, we'll do a little housekeeping. So next week, Tim, if you like, we can have Aaron McGee from Carolina Cumberland on, or if you have a guest scheduled, let me know. But Aaron has graciously agreed to come on the show.
I think that would be perfect.
Excellent. And seeing how our last episode posted just about 5 minutes before we went on the air, we are looking for folks that want to come on and talk about their favorite pipes. Pick your 5 favorite pipes and come on the podcast with us and talk about them. Tell us why you like what you like. And, you know, if it's a Dr. Grabo, if it's a Cobb, it's an artisan pipe maker, come on and chat with us. You know, we want to hear. Yeah, we really don't. You know, it's, you know, all part of the fun. And that was Tim's idea, by the way.
Every once in a while, he has an idea. Yeah. You know, I heard a story once about the blind squirrel. Every once in a while, he gets an acorn.
Yeah.
There you go. It's just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But in my household, it was a blind pig finds a truffle every now and then. So, you know, there's a variety of variants of that. Tonight, kids, on a suggestion, Eric from the San Diego Pipe Club was on episode 18, I believe, correct? I think it was 18.
That's right.
19 maybe?
Yeah.
18. And he recommended Green Spot Irish Whiskey. So I am participating in punishing my liver for all the things I've ever done wrong. So, and by the way, Eric, it's absolutely delicious. It's a fantastic Irish whiskey. And tonight's giveaway, before we ask Sarah a bunch of inane questions, was send us your favorite guitar riff. And I am so impressed because you got 4 out of my top 5 riffs in your answers. And we have, I think, 116 responses to it. So really, thank you all so much for participating. And we're going to read them all here in a minute. And then Sarah, Tim, and I will pick a winner and send you a pipe and a bunch of swag. How about that? Sounds like good time?
Yep. Decent. Yeah.
All right. So, Sarah, welcome to the podcast. How are you this evening?
Thank you. I am doing great. I did not pour myself whiskey, but I did make a drink of creme de coco, Irish cream, as well as a little bit of whipped vodka and coffee. So, you know, even out a little bit of the wave there for me. The Irish cream was actually brought over from the Westport Winery back in Washington when I went to visit some family there. And it is phenomenal. I already went through the whiskey, though, so sadly I didn't get to partake in that one tonight. Typically, I'm a Pendleton gal, but yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
The nice thing about Irish coffee, right before I take a big old drink, I think, you know, these shakes ain't going to cure themselves. And you just take that coffee down.
Yeah.
Every time we finish up a podcast, my wife asks, "Are you drunk?"
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this sober. Give me a break.
Yeah. Who would spend an hour with Tim sober?
Yeah. And we had Caleb on the ropes last episode for about 5 minutes because Tim and I. So Caleb, our guest on episode 20, made the mistake of telling us that when Tim and I, he thinks the show's hilarious, but when Tim and I talk over each other, it gives him anxiety. Never.
So I need to cut you off a lot. No, I'm just kidding.
Never tell
Right.
us the weakness. Never tell us the weakness, because we will
You
prey
probably grew up
upon it.
with brothers.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay, I'll stop now.
No,
you
you're
find the
fine.
weak spot, you just go for it, you know.
Yeah, just keep poking the bear, poking the bear. Oh, I got a brief email from our favorite
Alan.
vegan, from Alan.
Nice. All right.
He said, "I'm so incensed, I'll be writing you again." And that was all he said. Seriously.
He was so pissed he couldn't even.
Couldn't even, man. I just wanted Alan to know I am living rent free in your head and will continue to do so. Nothing you say is going to make it better.
He was peeling off that cardigan sweater. Shoo! I'm all worked up.
He picked up his Crocs and flung them across the room at his mom's basement wall.
Poor Alan.
You better
Oh,
be careful
man.
before he flips it over into speed mode to come over there.
You can see him down there. He's typing frantically, chewing on carrot sticks.
I hate capitalism. Typing on his MacBook. Yeah, classic.
Right?
Oh boy.
Classic. Yeah.
Oh, my face
So-
is gonna hurt by the end of the night.
Oh yeah. Tim and I like to do the show just because Tim and I have been friends for a while now, and we have a once a week conversation. We'd just be laughing so hard. We said, we need to share this kind of stupidity with the rest of the world, and here we are.
I'm glad.
He's typing away. I hate capitalism, and I'm so pissed. Mom didn't chill the caviar before dinner. It can't get any worse.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time. My wife's getting home from her date. Oh, all right.
Right. Oh, God.
Oh gosh. I would murder Mitchell.
Yeah, I think Alan's used to it at this point.
Yeah, right.
That's great. Oh boy.
I don't own her. Oh, okay. Well,
He's like, I'm going to type a letter as soon as I'm done sucking my thumb. I'm getting right on that. MacBook.
If I could just stop crying for a minute and see the keyboard.
Right.
Oh, I saw it popped up about 5:30. We had dinner and I was just checking my email and it popped up. Oh, and you could just sense the frustration in, it's just a 6-word email. And I'm like, oh, come on, Alan, get in the game. Send us another one.
So what did you say? I'm so incensed.
Yeah,
I'm so incensed.
incensed. I can't even write right now. And then that was it. All right, carry on. We didn't even really talk about all that much in episode 20, but it just posted a few minutes ago, so no telling where
He's
this will
probably
go.
sleeping now because he's got no energy,
Yeah, well, he had to take, he's been up all hour, had to take a nap, and then have
I
some
know.
more broth.
Some
Oh,
bean sprouts, broccoli,
Yeah.
broccoli sprouts.
Yeah, so mean.
Oh,
Oh, I
God.
love it.
All right. We only got...
we're like the uncles that sit in the corner of the room that everybody wants to hang out with because we're hilarious.
My people.
at least
Yeah,
we think we are, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't get invited
Alleged-
back to many family gatherings, but here we are.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God. And we only got one vegan.
1, 2, 3,
Alan,
not
that's
it.
Oh no.
Oh,
but
other than Alan?
but he's our. No, Alan's our only one.
Yeah.
So we can't.
Yeah.
You gotta tease that along and.
Yeah. And by the way, Sarah, you should be very privileged. According to YouTube and our viewer audience, you are the sole female viewer of our podcast. So
Well, that's
congratulations.
great. Thank you. Women need to get better taste. So, ladies,
Well,
start watching.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Sarah, you gotta start hanging out with a better crowd.
Yeah,
Sorry
Poor
about
thing.
me.
yeah.
No, look, you're with us.
Yeah, Mitchell messaged me before the show and says, "Yeah, me and Derek are going to be watching Willy Wonka." It's like, oh, and your wife's going to drink and hang out with us? Oh, I don't think that's safe at all, Mitchell. I think we'll see him breaking into the room here in a minute.
You
I
should
know.
see me at the Chicago Pipe Show. It was terrible. He came in. Oh my goodness. It was opening up on the first day in the big sale room. And he came over and he had a double whiskey neat for me. And I looked at him and I said, "What do you think I am?" He said, "It's okay, honey. I brought you coffee too." And I was like, oh.
All right.
He knows how I get when I get around people. I have to have that, to relax.
Right. Well, a double
Yeah.
whiskey
That's
sure will
okay.
take the edge off. And,
That'll do it.
good thing you've got a stiff coffee too, because nothing better than an alert drunk.
Exactly. I gotta keep up with my cues to laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Excellent. So, Sarah, you and Mitchell run a fantastic little company called MBSD Pipes. Tell us how you got started. Where did this come from?
Oh boy, funny enough, it started with KitchenAid mixers. And we kind of moved from that and came across an estate sale. And at the estate sale, we had found a large collection of antique pipes. And, my grandfather smoked, my another father smoked. He quit in the last 10 years. And we saw these and it was like, wow, these are stunning. And it was actually a Coca-Cola executive. And he was just selling it all. Done, moving on. And when I tell you he had a collection, I mean they were grand bookshelves slapped. And when I say slapped, I mean more than Tim's bookshelves slapped of books. And that's how it all kind of started. And they're gorgeous. My favorite that we picked up was actually a meerschaum hand-carved rooster, and the coloring on it was just stunning. It was red and chocolate, and it was red and chocolate in all the right places where it shadowed perfectly. And I think we sold it for far too little of what it was worth because we didn't know what we were doing then. But it led us to this. And now we are hoping to continue to grow bigger and bigger. But I want to see more people opening up to the thought of meerschaum, and I want to work more on our branding. So that's kind of where it started and where we're hoping to go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have one in my personal collection of the Briar Stumble Meerschaums, and it is absolutely a fantastic pipe. It is just beautifully made, smokes incredibly well, and that briar bit makes all the difference in the world. For those of you that have had meerschaum that's got the Delrin tenon that kind of screws on, that will work itself loose when it gets cool, this prevents this, and it's absolutely a fantastic pipe. And when we had Mitchell on, he was talking that he had worked with some folks in Turkey and had brought some things in, and it seems like it's going to take off right. Oh, look, what are you holding up there?
There it is.
Oh, gotta bring it up. Almost put it in front of your face. Look at there. We go. Yep, absolutely spectacular.
Yep.
This one isn't the 9mm filtered one. We do have some of those available because I do know some people have a preference of a filter in there. But yeah, absolutely stunning, and I love the meerschaum and the quality of it.
Yeah, I am
How it's
very
snowflake.
Yep, just beautiful.
Pretty. Yeah, that's nice pipe.
One of the things you see a lot coming out on the market is that African meerschaum, and it seems to be a little stained, where it's got the color variance in it. And to me, it's a little bit of a detraction. The one that I got from you was lily white, absolutely perfect, just fantastic. It was a smooth. I absolutely love it. Just a wonderful pipe. So That's
And they
amazing.
smoke really cool too, which is something else that I like. I don't smoke often, but when I do, I don't like to smoke a hot pipe. I really don't.
Okay. And what type of tobacco blends do you like?
Um, the one that Mitchell actually, I don't see it anywhere. I think it's a vanilla cream. I'd have to find it, but it's really smooth. I don't like aromatics, so
Okay.
oh, where is it? I think he's got one right here. Yeah, it's this one right here. Gorgeous vanilla cream. I don't know the brand of it. I apologize. I'm a terrible person. I should be doing a shout out for that, but you can ask Mitchell later.
All right. Well,
So,
we'll have
yeah.
Mitchell back on here before too long, and we can tell him what kind of pipe tobacco you're smoking. So,
Yeah.
So, Sarah, I
excellent.
wanted to ask you. So now you both have day jobs, plus you're doing the MBSD pipe retailing.
No, no, sir. Actually, when we moved here, we decided to be close. Well, excuse me, moved here to be close to my husband's family. Um, we decided that I was going to stay at home with the girls more. So I went ahead and I became a stay-at-home mom, and we did this because, well, I get bored and my mind starts going, and I have to have something, along with it. But no, I'm a stay-at-home mom as well as MBSD. So that's it.
Okay. Okay. And you said, and maybe I missed it. What year did you start MBSD?
2020, 3 years
2020.
ago.
Okay. So
Yep,
this
coming
is
on
your
four
third
years.
year. Yeah,
Yes,
coming
sir.
into your fourth year. Okay.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. And then, so what do you think, like for this year? In 23, you got the website up and running, and this is what I noticed. You got the website up and running. You picked up some more artisan pipe makers, and for 24, what are your big what are the big goals for MBSD pipes for 24?
Well, one of the things I've actually started looking into leatherworking, and I want to actually start creating a good stand, almost similar to the Peterson leather stand, but I want it to have a few more qualities that I think that's missing for the average pipe smoker, such as a little slit to be able to slide the tamper in, but I can't give away all my secrets and what I'm planning on. We want to develop a little more of our merch, such as, our travel mugs for those that really want to support us. And my girls have even said, "Hey, mom, can we do travel mug with, the logo on one side and our art on the other?" And I said, I don't see why not. Just fun little things like that. I know that we're also going to be dragging in a few more artisan pipes. I don't know if Mitchell has told anybody yet, but I've been dabbling with a few of the meerschaum molds that we had shipped over here. So I'm starting to carve myself. I can't guarantee that it'll be good, but I love trying new things, and I figured I'll give a whack at it, and hopefully not actually whack it and smash it with a hammer by the time I'm done. So, um, on top of also carrying you, Tim, we also have Nathan Armentrout as well as Sean Ream. So those are the two newest that we've started carrying for our artisan pipes. Um, we've got a few others that are in the works, but those are kind of hush hush at the moment. We haven't solidified any sort of deals yet. And, we just want to make sure that all parties are happy and well taken care of before we start carrying them and stocking them. But that's pretty much the plan. Just keep growing and chugging, like a train, and hopefully hitting that end goal at the end of the year for our numerical values that we wish to accomplish. I want to also start to get to know the customers a little more and be a little more hands-on in that aspect. I know that I handle a lot of our eBay storefront, but I want to get a little more into talking to our clientele on the website. Um, but yeah, I hope that that answered the question adequately enough. Uh, just, flying by the seat of our pants and catching everything that comes at us.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we've apparently lost Tim. He
Oh,
has
Tim,
disappeared.
I scared him off.
Well, you talked about having his pipes. Now, how many of the Tim pipes do you have up on the website? Do you know off the top of your head?
No, I do not know how many we currently have. Um, I can carry you with me and look.
All right. Well,
How
go
about we
ahead.
do that?
All right.
So,
And hopefully Tim will get back on. So we'll
yeah.
find out where.
Let me go over here. I think we did go ahead and give Tim his own tab. Let's see here. Okay. Our website is currently having a lot of traffic, so please forgive me.
Oh, no worries. It's okay.
There
We're
we
having
go.
some technical difficulties too because it's just me and you at this point.
Okay.
You know.
Yep. We currently have 4 listed on there. See, and I didn't want to say 5 because the smooth blowfish sold.
All right.
So we had 7. We're currently at 4.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say that in all the pipes I've received from you, they all come immaculately packaged. It's just one of the better things that I've seen. You've put a handwritten note in every one so far, which I think is fantastic. All the touches that you would expect, you guys have provided. So really, well done. I think that's fantastic. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a lot of hard work. It's not easy to do, especially when you have, 40 orders sitting in front of you and you've got 4 hours to fill them. And I'm going through and I'm going, okay, so, so and so, Mr. CWH, what have I heard lately about going on in his life? Oh, congratulations on this. And I want to make sure that it's personal touch for every single person. And I also want them every single time that they buy from us. I want them to capture the magic of Christmas so that when they open it up, they're greeted with this mound of tissue paper. I've been told it's like unwrapping, opening up a Russian doll or something.
Mm-hmm.
To each their own. But I wanted to make sure that everything could arrive safely, but also be aesthetically pleasing. And, when somebody is taking their hard earned money and they're treating themselves to, a hobby, a passion, I want them to actually genuinely feel like we truly appreciate them. Why wouldn't they be opening up a gift every single time? It's their money that they're investing in us, so I want to make sure they're well taken care of. It's very important. Very important.
Excellent.
So,
Now, when
yeah.
we had Mitchell on, he said that you and your mom had a web store or were doing online sales, which is where a lot of this came from, and it really resonates. So, congratulations, well
Yeah.
done. So, what were you guys?
Thank
What were you and mom selling at the time?
Well, my mom, may she rest in peace. She had actually started a business back in the early 90s called Magical Intricacies, a custom engraver. And everything was hand etched, hand engraved, and anywhere from the Hard Rock Cafe to the then sister city of Spokane, Washington. Gifts for them, purchases for them, wedding glasses, time capsules. It was anything and everything that could be etched, and it was all sandblasted, not lasered. There was no template, nothing along those lines. It was all sandblasted and done by hand and beautifully done. My mother also had a web design business and a few others, as well as some basic wedding planning. So that's kind of where I learned it. My mom would, put me on the phone with a customer who was upset, and by the time they got off the phone with me, they were upsold 2 or 3 items. So
No,
get the
excellent.
gab. Yeah.
So, you said you were working on, the more personal touches. What's on the radar for personal touches? I mean, how involved with you are in the customers? Because what I see and what I find is that the web can be fairly impersonable. It's just not. You don't get the same kind of in-person feel. So, what are you doing to bring that about? I mean, the touches you give are fantastic and very well received. I haven't talked to anybody that hasn't been thrilled with dealing with you. So well done.
Thank you. Well, a few different things that we've been tossing out there, and hopefully our web guy will be happy with us about this, but a live chat for our customers. I think that would be wonderful for them if they're, struggling navigating the web page. or they have something in regards to a question like, hey, does this have a 9 millimeter? I can't find anything on it. Oh, yes, actually it does. If you look here, subcategory, so on and so forth. Yes, it does. We want to be able to be a little more hands-on, but that would also require us to hire a few more people to be able to assist with that, since we do service every country in the world that we can.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
And Mitchell said that you were working on a newsletter coming up for
Yeah.
the coming year. Can you tell us anything about that? Or is it in the secret spy stuff?
That is another one of the secret spy stuff. So my lips do have to be sealed. We've
All right,
been
well,
working very hard on it, and I cannot spoil that. I'm so sorry. I
let's have
haven't
another
drank
drink
enough
and
to
we'll
do
talk
so,
about
at
it.
least.
Well, we'll revisit that in a minute.
Cheers.
Cheers. And I have no idea where Tim went. Ben, if you're listening, try to get a hold of your grandfather and figure out what's gone wrong on his end, because he's vanished off the face of the earth.
I hope he's
Excellent.
okay.
Yeah. So have you thought about any other production pipes to bring on? I know you have Peterson and Savinelli. Have you worked with any of the other manufacturers to bring them on, or is distribution kind of limited?
Mitchell is currently working with 2 other distributors right now, but that's another one of those things that my lips have to be sealed on, because it all comes down to negotiations, and I hate that for us. I really do, but until everything is solidified, it's basically a gag order. So,
all right. Well,
sadly, but I do have some stunning ream pipes here today. Would you like to see?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's show off Sean's work. He's absolutely a fantastic artist. Oh, look at that.
I love that. Isn't that just gorgeous?
Plateau top, deep rusticated,
Okay.
Dublin. Oh, that's not going to last long. Is that on the website now?
This one, I believe, is currently listed on the website. Now, here's a fun little part of it. Mitchell said to put my hands back there so you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how he actually did the slight cutout right there?
Yep.
I just love that. I'm somebody that pays attention to details, and if an artist and I don't see carvers as just carvers. I don't see pipe makers as just pipe makers. This is an art, hands down.
Well,
You
hold
really
on here a
have to
second.
let the wood speak to you.
Tim is on the phone. Hang on. Tim, are you okay? Tim? No? Tim, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What, Tim, what are you doing there, Captain? Oh, okay. All right. Well, uh, yeah, I'll just go on with Sarah and we'll, all right. Well, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, no worries at all, Tim. We'll talk to you.
Tim, do you want me to have Mitchell put Tim on the phone on his phone, and I can put him on speaker with us? Would that be better?
You and I can carry on. I mean,
Okay.
I'm still conversational at this point. I've only had 3 fingers in a bathtub of Green Spot, which, by the way, Eric, if you're watching, absolutely fantastic Irish whiskey. So well done, well done.
I'm gonna have to get some.
Yeah, and here we are. We've got a bunch of secret stuff that we can't talk about.
I know.
So how old are the
so
girls?
So Everly, she is 4 years old, and
Okay.
she is 4 going on 30, and
Mhm.
Kira is 14 going on 40. So, and I say
Okay.
14 going on 40 because that's 5 years older than me, and she thinks that she knows more than me at this point. And if you had a teenager, well, then you know. So,
Well, yeah, you're in that phase of life where you're the dumbest human to walk the earth, and she's probably amazed that you weren't eaten by dinosaurs.
essentially, I think that she thinks that I was around before dinosaurs at this point.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken because I was pulling out some of my shoes. We were going to go to the Christmas party for Mitchell's side of the family, and I was going through my basket. I keep them in the basket. I'm terrible at that, And I'm pulling them out, and Kira goes, "Wow, Mom, those are some great vintage turn of the century pumps." And I looked at her, and oh my gosh, my jaw dropped. But she wasn't wrong. She was not wrong.
Huh.
They were technically turn of the century. It was just a hard pill to swallow. So, yeah. I'm still choking slightly on it.
I love when clothes are called vintage that I'm wearing. Yeah, that's got to be a warm fuzzy.
Yeah, this is a vintage Coleman vest. So,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's 20 years old.
Yeah. And
yeah,
she's 14. Very soon, she's going to start bringing home Loser of the Month Club.
Oh, no. I grew up with 10 brothers. This mama knows how to load a shotgun, and I'm not afraid.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Some people. I've had some people. I'm spicy. We'll just say that. I've had some people say, "Oh well, she'd be lucky to my son or the." No. You don't want that. I don't want that. None of us want that. She's gonna go to a nunnery. She's gonna go off to a convent. So. Yeah.
All you have to do is defeat Mom at hand-to-hand combat, and even now she's hard to kill. Yeah.
Exactly. 1,000 lives. Even having her, she actually killed me, and I came right back. So.
Here you are. And these are not safe plans, young lady.
No. You don't want a do-si-do.
No. 10 brothers.
Yes. It was a his, hers, and ours combination. And I guess I was the only girl, but I wasn't the only girl. This is where it gets really confusing. I have 2 fostered sisters, and then I have a half-blood sister. And it's just all over the place. If somebody could cue some banjo music, and some old rockers on a front porch somewhere, that's about right. But
all right.
Yeah. We all love each other, and that's all that matters.
Sure, you can say whatever you want on the podcast. We're going, whether bold-faced lie or not, just that's fine.
Absolutely.
I thought it was difficult when our daughter was a teenager, and we had a 2-bathroom house, and I obviously have a wife and a teenage daughter, and hey honey, I'm just gonna go shower at work. Drive down to the gas station, use the restroom, because y'all seem to have that hogged up nicely. So
my husband is blessed enough to have 3 bathrooms.
There you go. Yeah. Excellent. And
all jokes aside, our girls are the sweetest. Kira, you would never be able to think that she catches any attitude with anybody. And she uses yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. She is almost a straight A student. She has 2 Bs. She's working on them. She's going to get them back up there, which is really hard to do for a freshman. And Everly, as much as she'll gnaw on you, as much as she'll hug you and love you. So she is, they're both really good kids, all jokes aside, 90% of the time. But that other 10% is my mother's, karma on me.
The mother's curse. I hope you have children just like you. Yeah.
And she did one of these when she said it to me too. So I will forever remember, you're going to have children just like you. I was like, what is that? What is this spell casting that you're doing on me, Mother? Stop it.
Please, Mom, no.
Yeah. I don't want any like me.
Our youngest is just like me, and it's tragic for his mom because she was not ready for that. So
I
really have a tough time.
What did you do?
I have a tough time dealing with 2 of you. As I've gotten older, and don't let the gray bird fool you. I'm only 28.
Okay. I'm still 21.
Yeah. My son goes into, and he's 30. And I know what you're saying. Well, Jim, the math doesn't work out. It's okay. Just go with it. And he gets into the lightning round of conversation where it's just, it's almost like when the kids were 3 and they would ask you 90 questions and you're like, I I can't answer all those. I don't remember the first 50. So how
Uh-huh.
about
Yeah.
So, and he's awkwardly funny like I am. So good times. That's family history. So, are you guys involved with any pipe clubs, any of the groups as part of what you're going to do in the future? I know that they've had a couple of pipe shows at Smitty's. I know you're in Georgia. Are you close to Atlanta?
We are, I want to say, about 2 hours out of Atlanta, depending on traffic, sometimes 3.
Okay.
So,
Now,
yeah.
I assume south of Atlanta? Or,
No, we are southwest. Well, no, we're northwest. Okay, right? Yep, northwest.
okay. So you're up
Yeah.
almost you got to be up in the corner of the state then.
No, just slightly.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a little bit.
All right. All right. But 2.5 hours in Atlanta traffic, you could be 15 miles outside of town. It's not really.
Yeah, it's a lot better than LA traffic, though. I will be honest with you. They have this really cool thing called Hero Response in Atlanta, and I was so blown away by it. There was a car that had broken down. This was my first time ever being in Atlanta. And we were going around what they call the spaghetti, the perimeter, spaghetti, the perimeter, something like that. Don't ask me. I'll get you lost. But we were going around it, and there was this car that was broken down, and I see this response vehicle, and Mitchell looks at me and goes, "Yeah, that's our hero." And I was like, "You're what? Why isn't this everywhere?" And he said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Do you know how much gas this would save everybody if they had this everywhere? I don't know of a single taxpayer that would be upset with that." So I think that they should have a hero response. That pretty much helps out with traffic. LA traffic has Atlanta beat. And it does. It does.
Oh, yeah.
Not,
LA traffic.
I mean,
LA traffic's awful.
yeah.
No. I lived in Arizona, and we had to go once a quarter to Los Angeles for corporate meetings, and no. In fact,
Whereabouts in Arizona?
I lived in Tucson.
Okay. I have
Yep.
family over in Fountain Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Up near Phoenix.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
mountains
pretty
are
over
beautiful. Yeah. The mountains are beautiful in Arizona. They're just spectacular. And now I live in Colorado, where all the mountains are covered in snow.
I like the snow. I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you, sir?
I don't like snow. Everything. Come on, I grew up with 10 brothers. Of course, I'm somewhat crazy. I mean,
come on, snow. I mean, you live in Atlanta. Atlanta's, I miss the South. Something awful. I lived in South Carolina for 10 years and absolutely loved it. And and that's one of the things. You talked about the hero response.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found that the community is different in Georgia? Have you met more of your neighbors than you have in Spokane?
No, actually quite the opposite. But then again, up there, I was born and raised. I knew everybody. And a big enough family, everybody's going to know you. Around here, people pretty much stick to themselves. I've got a few really great friends. I try to dive into my community as much as I can. Make sure that my across the street neighbor, Miss Shirley, is well taken care of. She is the sweetest elderly woman that you ever met. Actually, she's part of the reason why we even bought our house. We pulled in and I looked at her. I said, "I'm adopting her." She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be mine. And sure enough, she is. A really, really sweet elderly woman. And, we occasionally will wheel down her garbage can, make sure that she's okay. If I don't hear from her, I scare her daughter and I call her daughter and we freak out and we panic. We bang on her door and usually she's just taking a nap. But, typical. Some of the neighbors, we get together, we have food. Other moms and I set together a bit of a play group for the kiddos because I think that socialization for our children is extremely, extremely important. They need to know how to act around each other. And I think way too many children nowadays don't. So, yeah.
Well, I certainly run across a lot of children that have never been told no before.
Oh, not in this household. We exercise that NOON so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of mean.
I grew up in a household where I killed the lilac bush by the time I turned 12 because I would have to go pick my own switches off of it. I got a
story about that. We had a cherry tree. So I learned you don't pick the thinnest branch the hard way. It was, I went out there. I was like, everybody's, they're getting these big branches and I'm thinking, oh, you idiot. You're so dumb. No,
Nah.
they were watching me like, you're going to learn today. And sure enough, I picked out probably the thinnest one that I could. And just, and
Oh,
back
yeah.
then, you learned your lesson. You
Yeah,
did.
that buggy whip effect, where that little flexible thing, and it generates some
Yeah.
momentum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sure does. It left a scar to where I stood up straight and I said, yes, sir, no, sir. So it worked.
Lesson learned. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've been told that I'm the mean mom in the neighborhood because our teenager doesn't even have a cell phone yet. So, if that tells you anywhere where we are in our parenting. No cell phone yet, and she's 14. So, I know.
Oh, our youngest got a cell phone when he was, I don't know, I think it was 11 or 12. Early 2000s, because what if something happens? What if he gets kidnapped? Well, I don't think the cell phone's going to help him, but carry on. That was just a battle that was not a hill that I was going to go die on. So
yeah,
let it go.
Yeah. You know what? It's okay. Each child is different. Ours, I just feel, would make some poor decisions if she had one.
Oh,
hey,
look, Tim's back. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us for episode 21. Hope you all had a great time, and congrats to our winner.
I had to reboot everything.
Huh?
Oh, he had to reboot everything.
All
right. Well,
I had to reboot everything, and it worked. So, sorry.
All right. No, it's okay, Tim. Sarah and I have had a fantastic conversation. We talked about capital punishment for children, which I am in full agreement with.
Teenagers not having cell phones.
Her teenage daughter does not have a cell phone, which to be honest with you, that kind of stopped the conversation.
We
Stun
said
gun.
no.
Stun gun.
Stun gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, she actually loves reading. We don't have any TVs in the bedroom. They have their toys, but if it gets left out, we throw it away. And yeah, they read chapter books. Actually, Kira asked for 3 separate sets of chapter books for Christmas. She got that in a Bible. You doing all right?
Well, you're doing all right,
yeah,
Mom.
hopefully,
you're doing all right.
You're doing
hopefully
okay.
when she's in her 30s, it'll still be this good, Lord.
Yeah. How old is she now?
14.
Oh, yeah, and she's talking to you, huh?
When I make her, yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. We actually have a pretty decent relationship. She
Good for you.
has come to me and she has told me things that, when I talk to other moms, they're like, your kid still tells you that stuff? I'm like, well, yeah, who else is she going to tell? Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Good for you.
Well done, Mom. Not to toot my own horn.
I hope I'm not swallowing those words, in a few years and that thing still, I'm a realist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist.
Okay.
So.
Well, if she's not in earshot, you got a good chance.
Yeah.
No, she's not. She just finished up her chores. She is. Oh no, it's 9:50, so she's already in bed. We have a bedtime at 9:30.
All right.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well done.
Good stuff.
So, not to toot my own horn, I haven't turned on a TV in 5 years. I refuse to watch television.
Really?
Yeah, it's too stupid for me. And that's saying something.
I'm watching a really good show right now of Why Wives Kill. I know that's terrible.
Could you give me a second? I'm just going to message Mitchell right quick.
I already told him about it. I told him it's a really interesting, crazy show. There's some parts in it that are overly politicized, and I'm like, everybody's tired of that. Everybody's annoyed with it. It needs to stop. But for the most part, it's pretty witty. It is. It makes me laugh, so I like it.
Did you scratch your head when he asked for a pair of Kevlar pajamas for Christmas? You're like, why does he want that?
I'd probably buy him 10.
Kevlar turtleneck.
Just something to slow the bullet down,
Oh, no. We put it to where there was a zipper on the mouth and you couldn't keep, I'm kidding.
Oh, here we go.
This portion of the episode brought to you by bondage. It's not just family fun
No.
anymore, kids.
In reality, again, I'm extremely blessed. My husband is by far my best friend. I absolutely love him. I mean, he's so great. He's the best. So God bless me.
Good
with
for
him.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. And it's wonderful to hear that kind of stuff because tomorrow is my 33rd anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Applause.
Yeah, exactly. And
There we go.
Yeah.
you know, and I'd like to also mention our sponsor for this segment is Valium. What keeps my wife sane? Valium. You know, it's rare that you just don't see her.
Wine.
Yeah. You know, when I see her eating them in the morning like a breakfast cereal, you know, just puts them in a bowl with milk and spooning them in.
She's making her chicken parm and shredding it on top.
Hey, did you ever
honey, it browns nicely.
did you ever hear the real definition of a Freudian slip?
No, what is it?
All right, after 42 years, a couple is sitting at breakfast. He's reading the newspaper. She's reading the newspaper. He puts the newspaper down and intends to ask her to pass him the cream, and he says, "You ruined my fucking life." There's a Freudian slip for you.
Wow.
Well,
That was like 0 to 60.
that got dark quick. Woo, goodness.
Exactly. Where's the meme? Jeez.
Yikes.
All right. Well, hey.
Whew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about you.
We play
we do have a warning.
Playing the
label.
warning card. Playing the warning card.
Yeah. Exactly.
What is your safe word? Jeez.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
Mine is yes, dear.
Mine's usually you're right. Then he knows that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
My safe word is fine. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. No, it's never fine. No.
Oh boy.
That's a landmine. Oh, I'm fine. No. That is, I have stepped on this one way too many times. Nothing is fine.
Yeah. What's wrong? Nothing. Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. Oh, good. I haven't heard the list of everything I've done wrong since I was 9 in a couple of days. Let's go ahead and rattle that off.
Oh, just another Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
The guy says, my wife would have made a great archaeologist. She's always digging up the past.
no, yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
a
That's
fun
enough
one.
of that.
Oh, well, no. When I was younger, I said this.
Sarah's like, boy, hey, Tim, he's just a riot.
Yeah. So I said this once. You're like an elephant. You never forget anything. No, I'm just going to tell you now that no, that is not the right thing to say. If you're new in a relationship, comparing your wife to an elephant is bad. It is all
Yeah.
day
Bad
bad.
idea.
It has
That's
come
when you
up.
find out she took out a life insurance policy already
Yeah,
on you.
exactly.
So,
No, why don't you go ahead and,
and
lay
then you
down and
become
take
a
a
Sunday
nap?
Snapped episode.
Yeah, no. And then I'm on Unsolved Mysteries. Here's
Yeah. No, or that. Have you guys watched? Oh no, I know you haven't. I know you haven't at all, Jim. But there's this show called Disappeared, and there's like this really eerie beginning of it where it just plays this ominous music, and all these little fireflies just kind of disappear, and it's like, huh. And that one right there, I think if Mitchell ever really crossed me, I will not say anything to incriminate myself. I will not. But it might end up on Disappeared. So.
hold on a second. I'm typing as fast as I can for Mitchell.
Yeah. I have my own version of that
You'll
show.
understand.
Yeah.
I have my own version of that show, Sarah. It involves my glasses, my phone, the tool I just had in my hand. Everything's missing.
Yeah. I went walking around the house today, mind you. Got home in the afternoon, walking around. I put my pen behind my ear, which I am known to do. And I walked around the house. I can't find it. And it's like my favorite writing pen. And I'm like, I can't find this damn thing anywhere. And my wife gave me that look like, oh, I've made so many mistakes and you're the biggest one.
It's like, my glasses. I can't find my glasses anywhere. You go, oh, they're right here.
Yeah, I'm wearing them. Yeah, don't worry about it. You know.
So my husband has
You just move along.
a favorite pen, and he is always losing it. So you know what I did?
Oh, you
I
bought a
bought
bunch of
100
them.
of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
That away.
100. Yeah. Yeah.
That away.
There you go.
Yeah. See.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
So while you were gone, Tim, we talked about your pipes on their website. She showed a Sean Ream pipe, which is absolutely fantastic. And
There's another.
oh,
That's
He-
Oh, yeah.
them.
Uh-huh.
he
Look
does
at
some
that. That
amazing
is just
stem work.
gorgeous. Oh,
Really
this
nice.
is beautiful. It's prismatic. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's angelic or like a mermaid. It's a mermaid angel.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful
Oh,
pipe.
beautiful.
Oh,
pipe.
yeah, look at that. That's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the detail.
Yeah.
And he thinks of everything.
Yep. And it's what I'm
Good
amazed at,
stuff.
I've been following Sean for a while now, is how many guys he's coached and helped. It's kind of breathtaking. Oh, look at that little cutty. Apple.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just beautiful.
Very sharp.
Is that brass, Sarah, on there?
I do believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very sharp.
I mean,
nice.
it adds this stunning warmth to it. I mean, it's so romantic. But another one, Nathan Armentrout. Oh, did I like that? Sorry about me.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to follow the hubby's
Okay.
directions. There's that
That's
hand in the
okay.
way, so it's that way.
Yeah, you got to bring it down a little bit because we're just
Oh,
looking at
oh,
your thumb
oh.
and your chin. There you go. Very
There you
nice.
go.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Pretty. Oh, so it's smooth on the top and some blast on the
Mhm.
bottom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to figure out where the camera is. So I'm going to move my picture. There we go. See, my brain just doesn't function most days. But I
Right.
just love this. And a way that I test to see if I personally like a pipe, how does it sit in my hand? You know? How is it going to fit?
Mhm.
How am I going to be
Oh.
able to hold it? What's the balance of it? Is it light? Is it too heavy? This is the other one that you missed, Tim.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You got to bring it down.
Move it down just a little bit. There you go. Right there.
See?
There you go.
You guys got to
Yeah.
coach me.
Oh,
I need training.
nice
low.
lines. Beautiful lines.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
I like the contrast dye job he did on that. Really pretty.
Yep. Plateau top.
Mhm.
Cut out at the. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
just
stuff.
beautiful.
Very
Just
sharp.
so pretty. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. But even that Nathan Armentrout that we have right now, I mean, unsmoked, just so pretty. So gorgeous.
Oh,
And this
fantastic.
one's
Good
really
stuff.
well balanced.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very happy to be carrying them. I mean, we're almost excited as with them as we were with you, Tim.
Almost right. No, I can. I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
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 Excellent. Excellent. So
Oh, this one's just regular coffee.
you don't have to tell us that you're drinking out of a 20-ounce tumbler. We're good with it. We're adults. I'm
No, that was just a pipe show. Oh boy.
I'm holding off the demon of sobriety. Don't worry. I got you guys covered.
The bad thing about you can drink with people or you can drink alone, doesn't matter. As long as you don't go to meetings, you're not an alcoholic.
That's right.
Amen. Amen.
I'll
have
stay
no
away
point.
from the meetings.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Just stay away.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Jim. Nobody brought anything to drink? I thought this was a meeting of fun people.
Right.
What the hell's wrong with you
Terrible.
folks?
Oh boy.
The court-ordered ones are a lot better. So what are you going to do after the meeting, Jim? Oh, I'm gonna go get hammered. I don't know about you guys.
What do
but
I feel like there's a story?
man, listen to you people babble on about how much you enjoy bourbon. I'm not staying sober for another minute.
Right.
Oh boy. No, I can't drink too much nowadays. When I was younger, I drank way too much. Way too much. Then again, I started when I was really young, a little too young.
Well,
So let's just say my 14-year-old and I are two entirely different people. So
That's a good
yeah.
start. Everybody got to start
Yeah.
somewhere.
well,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. 7 years
back-
old with a Pabst Blue Ribbon was a little bit different, but yeah.
Man, stories of hardship from our children. Ooh, man, I don't know that.
Right.
I mean, I had to drink Jobel when I was younger, but I don't know that I've ever got desperate enough to have a PBR. Yikes!
Golly.
Oh God, we used to drink that all the time. That and Blatz.
Oh God! When you positively, absolutely have to spend the next day in the bathroom, Blatt.
When I was younger,
Oh,
it was
man.
good old Mickey's. Good old Mickey's.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
the big mouths.
Yeah. The big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing says we're having a good time like, hey, let's open up another Little Kings.
Oh gosh, yeah, I remember those things. The Little Kings, yeah.
Oh yeah. I only had 16 of them. What's the problem? Nothing.
Right. They're little. Have two.
Yeah, take two. They're small. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
My friends and I had a saying. It was Mother Russia vodka. Yeah.
Oh well,
Oh yeah.
I learned the hard way that they call vodka the sneaky drunk because it doesn't really taste like, especially when you mix it with something, doesn't really taste anything. And it's like, oh, I'm fine. I'll just have another one. And the next thing you know, you're wearing your pants like a hat. And your friends are like, come on, Jim, get in the car. It's time to go home.
Yeah. Yeah. Used to make the, what'd they call it? It was Purple Jesus or something. They had the trash can.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
Hawaiian
Hairy
Punch.
yeah.
Hairy Buffaloes.
Yeah. No.
Man.
No. Nope.
We always did Dreamsicles, which was orange juice, cream, and vodka. Those ones were pretty good, or cranberry, lime, and vodka. But for the most part, when I was younger, I was the type that could take a shot of tequila without cringing. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I was this many years old when I found out that tequila, when you actually drank good tequila, you didn't make that face.
Right. It was probably 10 years ago that I found that out in Mexico. Went to a tequila distillery, and they let you have some of their, the añejo. And it was like, that you can actually drink that. That's good.
Yeah. Wow, this doesn't taste like I just had a can of WD-40.
I know.
I think some of my favorite Cazadoras and Cabo Wabo, both Blanco, they're pretty good. And you won't get the terrible usual hangovers, and you don't get that cringy face.
I've got a bottle of
expensive.
Herradura Añejo behind me, and I really like it. But I've been on kind of an Irish whiskey kick.
Okay.
Because I'm Irish.
Well, I'm part Irish, part Latvian, so.
No.
Yeah.
So you're angry all the
Latvia,
time?
See the rage email.
Yeah, no idea why. All right, there you go.
So in Latvia, that'd be potato booze too. In Latvia?
I couldn't tell you. I'm actually American, but my father was from there, from Riga. I think that they are potato booze also. Yeah, I think that they are a lot of like the vodkas. But my father's originally from Riga. And fun fact about him, he was actually the first bank robber in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So, yeah.
Get the hell out. That's nice.
Wow.
I am not
Good
kidding.
for you.
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
Thank you.
Good
Some
for
fun
you.
family history.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
quite an, because if you're going to rob someplace, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, population 9, that's
right.
Hey, look,
Back
Steve's
then
robbing.
It probably was.
Yeah. Steve's robbing the bank. Oh, okay. We'll pick him up later.
Actually, wait, they would never have caught him. But he always told me, never do crimes. But if you do it on your own, never with an accomplice. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he goes, He said the way that I got caught was the guy that was with me. They caught him, and they didn't know. They thought it was all him. Never even knew that I was there. And they looked at him, and he looked at them as they pulled him out, and he said, you may have caught me, but you'll never catch Yanni. And well, that's how they knew.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, there's a rat in every
Good old
bunch, isn't there?
dad. Yeah, good old dad. May he rest in peace.
He said you can have an accomplice, just make sure he's not an idiot.
Well, or 6 feet under, when you're done. No.
Yeah. Right, true.
Yeah,
Right.
The best witness is a dead one. They.
See, we need Tim with that warning label again. No.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
I've got
no,
a copy. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
We're good. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're all in.
Yeah.
I think we're all freezing.
Yeah.
My bad jokes must have killed it.
No, it's good. It's good.
No.
So, are we going to award a pipe?
I think we are. In fact, let's show it off here because it's absolutely fantastic. It is partially rusticated, partially smooth. Just a beautiful piece of work. Briar Stummel. It is a fantastic Meerschaum pipe. Just gorgeous, unsmoked, unmolested, other than it's been in my hands. Absolutely fantastic. And the winner of the pipe will be chosen here as we go through. And I believe Tim has a list of people that have submitted your best guitar riff. So that you know, Sarah, we have done contests in the past. We said, send us your worst song, which was fantastically fun for all of us because there were some terrible songs. And then we did send us your favorite mixed drink, and we got the meat rocket out of it. So well done, Rob. And just amazing. So let's go ahead, Tim, if you want to read off your 12 best guitar riffs, and we'll go from there.
All right, here we go. Cascadian Piper, the opening riff of Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Frost Pipes, New Moon by Swallow the Sun. I listened to that, and everybody got to like something. Let's see. After it wasn't for me. I'm sorry, boss. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, well, it's okay. We're good.
And then after 610 is the open part of When Doves Cry by Prince.
Okay.
And then Eric at EMC Custom Cobs, Joe Satrielli, Always With Me, Always With You, or The Big Rush. Let's see, Smoky Stash was Quiet Thing, The Quiet Things No One Ever Knows by Brand New. And then JC Zapp Jr., Analog Kid by Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for sharing.
Well,
And
when
then
you get to
Piper
a
Down
certain
14.
age,
There's all kinds of effluents and noises coming out.
break like the wind, kids. We're just happy the microphone's not at the other end.
Ooh.
Piper Down 14. There you go. Now we got the, you've grossed out our guest. Stevie
No.
Ray Vaughan,
You kidding?
Voodoo Child.
All right.
I'm a sucker for Stevie Ray Vaughan tunes. And the same one, Brad at BG Woodworks, Jessica by the Allman Brothers, another sweet tune.
Yep.
And then Noah at Noah's House, Master of Puppets by Metallica. I was
Okay.
never much of a Metallica fan.
What?
And
We
then
can't be friends.
I just said I wasn't much of a Metallica fan.
Okay.
I always leave a little gap. And then the beginning of Hotel California. These are ones that I'm submitting, not for the pipe, but just some thoughts. And then Locomotive Breath by Jethro Tull.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one's a sweet tune is Romeo and Juliet by Mark Knopfler.
Oh, by Dire Straits off Making Movies. Absolutely fantastic. Great guitar riff. So I'll give you my five.
That's what I had.
Yeah. So my five, number one was Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. You know, when you get Dwayne Allman and Eric Clapton playing on the same song, you can't go wrong. And I'm surprised this one missed the list because the other four did. Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen. Boy,
Yeah.
Alex was just ripping. I'll tell you the story behind that song. 1978, I'm sitting in a friend's basement, and his brother comes in and says, "You guys have to hear this." And he's got Led Zeppelin or Van Halen's first album, and he plays "Ain't Talking About Love," and we just sat there and went, "Yeah, go ahead and play that again." Yeah, no, go ahead and play that again. No, go ahead and play that again. Yeah. It was just amazing.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
it's good.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. Just a great opening riff on that. And then Hammer to Fall by Queen. If you haven't heard Hammer to Fall by Queen, it was in the soundtrack for The Highlander. And, you know, light the lamp. Lady Mercy won't be home tonight. And then I had another one I don't remember and I don't care. So let's go ahead and read down the list. So Dominica Radio. And these are all from Instagram at this point. So Dominica Radio, Led Zeppelin Heartbreaker, and PapaBear Pipes, that guy down in the corner. Tim said, exactly. So Hammer and Pipe, Sean. Best rip I've heard is one by Andy Timmons on his song Cry For You. That man made that guitar sing. Two Nuts 2, Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. Excellent choice. Pipes, Tunes, and More, Mastodon, the opening riff of Blood and Thunder. Had to listen to that one, hadn't heard it before. I'm
surprised he didn't send you Creed.
Well, you know, we didn't get a single Creed. Maybe it was the warning I put out on the last show.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, because, you know, Jim, I'm a huge fan of Creed. Okay, Alan, let us go ahead and dissect you now. Billy Vallet, and this was kind of an interesting one because I absolutely love the song. The Nels Cline piece in Impossible Germany by Wilco, which is absolutely a wonderful song. If you haven't heard Impossible Germany, go ahead, hit Spotify, hit Apple Music, click it on. Great song. Frost Pipes, New Moon by Swallow the Sun. Had to look that one up. Hadn't heard it before. Again, another powerful guitar riff. Really liked it. Young Brahms, Fire by Jimi Hendrix. A lot of Jimi Hendrix fans and Stevie Ray Vaughan fans in the coming. Dubrock, Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. Great guitar riff in that. Art Gould, our Tim and I friend Art. Eagles, Hotel California solo. Tough to beat that one. Toby Piper, I Play the Blues for You by Albert King. And to boot, the man plays it while smoking a pipe. Cannot get more badass than that. Amen, Toby Piper. Well done. West Virginia Cigars, Jeff at West Virginia Cigars, sent us two, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses and Prince, Purple Rain. I do like the Purple Rain. I've never been a big Guns N' Roses fan. Sorry, Jeff.
I'm not a Prince fan.
All right, so
I'm with you,
Jeff?
Sarah. I'm not. It's the mustache. It's the little tiny mustache I think throws me off.
You know, when he went to Unpronounceable Symbol, that's kind of when he lost me, you know.
Right.
Buster Fudd 1, Frank Zapka, Black Napkins. A good rip. J.C. Zapp Jr., opening riff from Analog Kid by Rush. Yep, that is a good bit of guitar work by Alex Lifeson. I like that one too. Todd Cantrell, anything by Steve Vai makes most guitar players want to quit playing guitar. And his choice would be Weeping China Doll. All right. ERAM 82, Fortunate Son by CCR. Oh, that was the other one that I missed.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
CCR, but I like Up Around the Bend. I think that's a better guitar riff from CCR.
I'll have to agree with you.
Yeah, but nobody got that one. So, JML Modern, the entire thing of Summer Special by Land of Talk. Go give it a listen. I did. It was a good guitar riff. Won't argue with you there. Jason Stoner, Too Many, Just Picking One, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler seems to get a lot of love here. Jolly KD, Love on a Farm Boy's Wages by XTC. Dave Gregory was a guitarist. That's a good riff too. Urban Burler, Keep It Simple, Stupid, Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. I don't think there's anybody, Tim, that's our age that can't go dun 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 dun. Bill Sun 1, Eddie Van Halen, Eruption, which is amazing guitar work. I just didn't like the song that followed it. Why copy Pretty Woman? You know?
Yeah.
Roy Orbison already did that. The list goes on, so just, be prepared. Spark Mark 59, the iconic guitar intro on The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King. Ooh,
oh, yeah. Jeez. Boy, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
That is a dandy, Spark Mark. After 16, I'm going to go with the opening to When Doves Cry by Prince. Short, sweet, can't be beat. We're all wrong sometimes after 610. Indie Grap 70 Indie Grap 73, Green River by CCR. Kitchen Sink 52, opening riff, really the only riff, in Snow by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm convinced that Nolan able to take Hendrix to the next level while keeping faithful to his style, as well as Frusciante, and it shows on that rip. Okay. Father Meehan, Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. All right. Propaganda Moose, Paranoid by Black Sabbath. And he went on to say that the guitarist Tommy Iommi is quoted saying, Sir Christopher Lee inspired him to pursue heavy metal, and I think the song perfectly pays homage to the most metal man alive. Also, Lee wrote his own albums, but they are too OP to be placed on a list. Okay. Tiger Slug Radio Unlimited, version 7.7. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. If I were going to pick the Stones, I think Tumbling Dice is the better open.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
As opens go, I got to go with you there.
Yeah. Now we go to Facebook. Colin Rigsby, Circumstances by Rush, another great piece of work by Mr. Lifeson. Levi Adams, When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and Jonathan Lewinchuk, Stranglehold by Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Stacy Maharin, Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. That a girl. Got one of my top 5. Well done. Terry Brewster sent in 2, Cry of Love by Peace Pipe. I had to look that one up. Hadn't heard it before. And then he came up with something else here. No, I cut it off. Sorry, Terry. Southern Way by Louisiana Swamp Donkey. And I listened to that one. Okay. We'll let him. Chris Kumnick came up with Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, which is pretty good. Tom Kuhn, second vote for Van Halen, Eruption. Fred Eisensee, Senior, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. I'm surprised nobody picked Immigrant Song, because I thought that was... Mark Berg.
Put that at my mama's funeral.
Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin. Kane Addison, I'm Broken by Pantera. Seth Johnson, Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Eric Clapton's Sunshine. Now, Scott Weirdahl put Eric Clapton's Sunshine of My Life. I've heard of Sunshine of My Love, but I haven't heard Sunshine of My Life.
No, that Sunshine of My Life, that was Stevie Wonder.
Pat Boone, maybe? I don't know. Pat Boone shredding a lot of...
It sounds like a song you would sing with white shoes. You have to wear white shoes to sing it.
Yeah.
Sunshine of My Life.
Some polyester pants, with a matching jacket. Yeah. Patrick Ferrand, Brown Sugar by the Stones. Yeah, that's a good riff.
Yeah.
Todd Sanzini, Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix. Yeah.
Sure.
Jay Smith, Sweet Home Alabama. I can argue with that. Dirk Dillon with another vote for Dire Straits. This one, Money for Nothing. Adam Kramer, the guitar solo in Somebody to Love by Queen. So good in a song where the guitarist is primarily absent. Somebody to Love is a great song. So, by the way, it's my dad's favorite song. Patrick Whitmore, boy, you're going to have a tough time beating this one. Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And my son and I, for the longest time, thought the lyrics of that, she moves like a badger, she moves better on fire. And we discovered that when we got Apple lyrics, that those are not the lyrics. She's not a badger, and she's not on fire.
That's funny though. I think that might have been better.
That's like Steve Miller in The Pompous of Love.
Yeah. Steve Miller, if you're listening to this podcast, and it's doubtful because you're probably not one of the five, what were you thinking when you came out with Abracadabra? I want to reach out and slap you. God, that was so terrible.
And it would get in your head, roll around in your head like a BB in a tuna fish can, around and around and around. You couldn't get it out.
No, awful. Matthew Tremblay, tough one, but I'll go with Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. So that's the second one. And then Robert Moran for the last one, Running with the Devil by Van Halen. And that is our list. So
wow. A lot of good ones in there.
A lot of great. Well done. Thank you, audience of Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast. What fantastic responses. And I just posted it yesterday. So really great work. Thank you. And now I guess we got to get on with the voting.
So many good ones.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys made this tough, except for, I'm not going to vote for Prince. So.
Okay, so we've
there
eliminated
That
Prince.
makes your job easier.
Yeah, it makes it easier. Okay, so
right.
Okay. And, so there are three that jump out at me that I love. Jessica by the Allman Brothers. And then I have to go back through the list. Johnny B. Good and Mississippi Queen would probably be my three picks. So somebody else jump in here.
I'm thinking Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King.
Oh, The Thrill Is Gone?
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Sarah? Work with us here. Tell us what you're thinking.
Oh, boy. CCR has always been one that's really close to my heart, but Mississippi Queen, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't hear a lot more of ZZ Top in there, or even some Janis Joplin. Like, she has a few that have them. But I'd have to say for me it would be CCR and Mississippi Queen, and then Stairway to Heaven, only because that has a close place in my heart for my mama. So, but that's personal.
Well, you're the one that's going to be picking and awarding the pipe, Sarah. So no pressure, but
well, Tim, give us yours, and then we'll make Sarah pick one.
Okay, of the two, I got to say Stevie Ray Vaughan of the two that I mentioned.
Okay, and which Stevie Ray Vaughan song?
Voodoo Child.
Okay, do we have two votes for that? Possibly.
Well, you had Todd Sanzini said Voodoo Child, and so did
Piper Down 14 said Voodoo
Piper
Child.
Down 14, right?
Yeah. All right. So, Sarah, pick a winner.
I know. You got a coin?
No,
I have Irish whiskey. Oh. Green Spot, by the way. It's fantastic. If I flip it, I'll be salty.
Dude, hold on, gotta get in like the bottom of this. I hear something jingling. It's not an AA coin, don't worry.
Yeah. I've been sober all hour. Yeah.
Throw the quarter. Wow, Everly did
Yeah.
not take all of my quarters. This is great. That just means that we haven't been by a vending machine.
All right. So what's the coin flip for?
Well, are we picking between Todd and Piper down 14? Is that what you're?
Well, what song did you pick, Sarah? Who's the winner? What song? What guitar riff?
Of my pick, I
Yeah.
would have to say it would be Mississippi Queen.
Oh,
Mississippi Queen.
I'm so
All right.
sorry,
I'm
but every
I'm
single
good with
time it
Mississippi
makes me
Queen
want to sing
too.
it, you know,
All right.
yeah, I love Mississippi Queen. So,
All right. Well, Patrick
That's
Whitmore,
interesting.
congratulations. You know what? Hang on a second. I've got it on a playlist. It'll get. Don't worry. It'll get
I could
edited out.
sing it, but you'll probably lose at least one listener, and then you'll be down to 4. So, I'm just kidding.
No, we can't be down anymore, listeners. We're good.
Sorry.
I must have been like 14 or 15 years old, and I saw Mountain at the Packard Music Hall in Warren.
I told you, I gotta stop.
Yep.
She's a badger, and she's on fire.
She moves like a badger. Or she looks like a badger. She moves better on fire. Yep. Those were not the lyrics, by the way.
It's a song that just makes you feel, you come alive when you hear it. I mean,
Yeah, there's
if
a drive
we're
to
not
it.
gonna have Kiss the Sky in there, you gotta have Mississippi Queen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, we did
So,
it.
I mean,
That's a good one.
huh?
That's a good one. I got no argument with that one. Believe me.
Yeah. If Kiss the Sky, Jimi Hendrix was up in there, that would have been my pick. But nobody, so.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yes, sir.
To get 112 responses like we did was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But like I said, there are some great guitar riffs out there. Ain't Talking About Love, man. I've probably listened to that 10,000 times over the course of my life. And I'll tell you how much I liked Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. I had a dog named Layla because
Aww.
and my wife plays every time she hears this song. She goes, "I'll turn it up. How loud will this go?" Because Layla. We had
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So we had Layla and Maggie May. Because
Aww.
Yeah,
Maggie May. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
All right. So Patrick Whitmore, congratulations. You are getting a beautiful Mersham pipe for your excellent choice of Mississippi Queen. Absolutely. You're going to be thrilled with it. We'll send you some swag. You'll get some coasters, some magnets, a fantastic pipe, and I'll get that out to you first part of next week. So well done. Excellent. Now, Sarah, if you'd like to stick around, the next segment of the show is What's New. We're going to talk about all the goings-on in Tim's shop, the new pipes I've picked up. I've got a couple of new tobacco blends that I made, whatever else pops into our head. So if you'd like to stick around, you're more than welcome to.
I'm going to actually have to bid you guys adieu. I have not kissed my babies goodnight yet. And I mean, this is the first time in a very long time. So last time was when they went over to Grammy and Papa's. And,
all right.
I'm that mom. I'm neurotic. I know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's all right.
No
you only get one
worries.
shot at that.
That's right.
Exactly. And, Mitchell keeps on saying, we only have 4 more years with Kira. I'm like, I might extend it for her.
Holy cow. Yeah.
No,
Go
send her to
fast.
community college.
Oh,
It'll
my
be
baby.
fine. All right. Well, thank you so much,
I
Sarah.
have to stay local.
Tell Mitchell we said thank you for another fantastic pipe in the giveaway. We really appreciate it. And thank you for being sponsor for our intro. We really enjoy our partnership, and we look forward to new things to come, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys so much and everything that you do for the pipe community. I mean, keeping it alive is important. We really do love y'all for that. So I hope you guys have a great
thank
night
you.
and great rest of your show.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, and Happy New Year to you.
Bye now.
Happy New
Hey,
Year.
happy New
Bye.
Year to you too. Don't get me started again. I'll get another shot. All right,
All
bye,
righty.
guys.
Good night.
We're not slowing down. We're just going to keep right on rolling. So, Tim, how are you? Better? Technology's
Good.
all better
Yeah.
now? All right.
Yeah.
So-
a little bit of a clink.
Well, it happens. Sarah and I kept the thing
What are you gonna
rolling,
do?
so life's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talked about, she's got a teenager at home, and that's, I'm sorry for people that have teenagers at home because it's the most difficult time of their lives. Their hormones are raging. They say stupid stuff. They don't mean it. Hug them, tell them you love them, and then bury the body. That's
I know.
the best.
Yeah, when my daughter turned 13, from 13 to 18, I was the most neurotic part of my life because I spent all my time wondering what I did to make her hate me.
Yeah.
And then finally, when she was 18, it was all of a sudden, hey, Dad's a good guy again. And now we're tighter than two coats of paint,
Yep. I know.
Can't beat it.
Was talking to my daughter earlier today, and her, this is how great my daughter is. So my grandson is on the honor roll at college, and my granddaughter is on the honor roll at college. So kind of killer, great parents. Her and the son-in-law have done an excellent job parenting. So kudos to them.
Mm-hmm.
All
Nice.
right. So let's talk about what's new, Tim. What's going on? You've posted some fantastic pictures of the shop. Tell me what's the latest.
Well, I'm thinking that by this time next week, I'll be up and running. I'll have everything sorted out. I got all the frames, the windows, the doors, all that trims up, and I built at least my initial work surfaces, and got my the motor mounted today for my grinding station, and I think tomorrow I'll start plumbing in the vacuum lines and get my exhaust cut into the side of the building. I hate to do it, but if I don't exhaust the output from the blower, I get all that fine dust inside the building, and it's got to go. So I'm gonna have to cut it through the brand new metal, but hey, it'll be all right. I'll do it right. And then so I'm thinking that tomorrow I'll begin moving tools over. Get the lathe moved over and the bandsaw moved over, and start getting things situated. And like I said, by this time next week, I want to be back to making pipes.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you posted a video. I think it was on Thursday, maybe Friday. I don't remember, but the inside of the shop looked great. You've got it all drywalled up, and I'm very excited to see how you get it set up. That's going to be excellent.
I'm tickled with the space. It's just to be able to move around. Up to this point, I've had to walk outside just to change my mind. It's so tight in there,
Yeah. Well, and I'm excited to have you get back to making pipes. By the way, that Christmas doubless is absolutely spectacular. Also, before I forget, there's a box coming to you.
Yes.
And your friend in this podcast was going to send you a list of what was in the box. And I forgot to make a list of what was in the box. So when you get the list, send me what's in it, and I'll tell you what the blends are. But they're all of them are new, so you'll be kind of the test audience for that. So,
well, I had a terrible tragedy occur the other day. My jar of Harrison Cellar that you sent me, I was dipping some tobacco out to put in my pouch to go out in the shop. And my clumsy Fred Flintstone hands knocked the jar off onto the tile floor, shattered the jar, and the tobacco is full of glass shards. Nothing I could do. I kept what I could, but the majority of it had to go in the ash can. That sucked.
I'll tell you how amazing the pipe community is. Harrison messaged me immediately after it happened and said, "Send Tim another jar. I'll take care of it." So you got another jar of that coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Harrison, and thank you.
Yeah. Well, no worries.
That's a good blend. I really enjoyed that blend.
You
and
know,
it just really sucked that I ruined it.
well, that's okay. You know the guy that makes it, so we're good. So that'll be coming probably the end of this week. So,
All right.
yeah. Anyway, anything else new? Did you add anything? Add any tobacco? Anything to the collection?
No. I just I'm anxious to get back to work. I've got some stem replacement. I got to finish up some stems for you. I made that the stem for that. Would you break? Uh-oh.
Do you want to hear a tale of woe and tragedy? I
Sure,
bought
why not?
I bought this Falstaff pipe from Smoking Pipes. It wasn't particularly expensive, and I took it out for its maiden voyage this morning while walking my dog Cooper. And I was trying to light the pipe, and a dog barked somewhere in the southwest quadrant of Parker, and Cooper decided I'd better run frantically while Dad is trying to light this. And as I was holding the leash hand while I was holding the pipe, trying to light it with the other, yanked it off. It did a spectacular 4-foot jump into the air and hit the ground stem first and snapped it off. Did not even get the damn thing lit. Pissed me off to no end. So
you break the tenon off in the shank.
Oh yeah. Why would I break it off where I could actually remove it? Now I got the tenon out because I have some moderate skills, but I didn't even get to finish the bowl of tobacco. So I got to go the whole walk with Cooper, no tobacco, and a broken pipe in my pocket while I was swearing incessantly at him. And my wife's like,
man. Well, put it in the mail and send it to me, and I'll fix it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. So it was a week of creativity here at Emerson Southern Forged. And I've talked about this before. Creativity comes for me in waves. And I had a craving for aromatics, which is not typically normal for me. And I have two favorite aromatics. I love Blue Note from Dan Tobacco, and I love Peter Stockaby's Optimum. And I was going to order bulk of Dan Tobacco because sometimes they have it available, and they didn't have it available. I thought, okay, well, maybe I can make something because it is a bourbon vanilla flavored aromatic. So I came up with Cielo Azul, which is Spanish for blue sky, and it replicates Dan Tobacco to my specifications. I really like it. I'm very happy with it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then I came up with so I was listening to Get Piped, and Adam and Nick at Get Piped are not Latakia or Perique guys. Neither one of them really like Perique. And I thought, they were talking about having a pipe with a cup of coffee in the morning. And I thought, okay, well, I hate coffee. I've had 2 cups in my life because I had 1 cup and thought this is the worst thing I've ever put to my lips. And I had a second one to confirm that maybe my first impression was wrong. And the second cup my first impression was absolutely correct. And I've never drank in it since. And my wife is a coffee lover, and I have we have this unspoken agreement. When she goes to make coffee in the morning, I will leave the area because I can't even stand the smell of it.
You don't like the smell of it? Oh, wow.
No. And I thought, okay, well, let's make something that would be great with coffee in the morning. So it's some Tennessee Kentucky Dark Fire, some Burley Red Tips, 2 Virginias, French Dark Air Cured, and then it's topped with something. Hold on, I'll tell you here in a minute. Rum molasses. I finally made something with the rum molasses that I made. And I was actually took it out this morning. That was in the pipe when it hit the ground. But it's got that rum molasses tin note to it with the Tennessee Kentucky Dark Fired, and it is a shag cut. And it's just all of it is whole leaf, and it's really something interesting, and that is called Wausau Sound. And I was kind of liking that. And then the last thing I made, I wanted something that kind of copied Optimum. When I read the notes of Optimum, it's fruit flavored and a little bit of vanilla and something else. So I picked some whole leaf, two black Cavendishes, and some other Virginias on it, and then topped it with blood orange and caramel and vanilla. And it really came up with an interesting flavor. And again, I'm not a big aromatic guy.
Yeah.
But I liked how that came out. I like the tin note of it, and I'll smoke a little bit of it and tell you how I like it.
All right.
And that's what's new. And well, actually, it's not all that's what's new. I did get a couple of pipes this week. So Bishop Pipes had a GBD that I absolutely loved. And for some reason, for production pipes, I like GBD. And my preference is Savinelli. I just like Savinelli production pipes. But this was just a really nice GBD that I saw. It was very reasonable. Picked it up from Bishop Pipes. And, you know, Mike was nice enough to not die from the tobacco that I made for him. And I sent him a reblend, but he's been busy. So we'll find out how he likes the reblend. But it was just a really nice pipe and very affordable. And I want to thank Mike at Bishop's Pipes for that. And then Neil, I apologize if I mangle your last name. In French, it would be Monier or Monier. It's Monier. And Malcolm's Pipe Shop was cleaning out some of his pipes, and he had a matching set of Neil Monet pipes. One is a slightly bent Dublin, and the other one is a bent billiard. Absolutely fantastic, and I picked both of those up, and they're matching. They've got the white faux ivory, just kind of an elegant look, and I've been wanting to get, and Neil's Instagram handle is Garage Made Pipe Tool. So if you get a chance, check him out.
Yeah. Neil's he and I, now we've kind of lost contact a little bit, more my fault than his, but when I was first starting out, he gave me a bunch of tips on, you know, doing things the easy way. And he helped me a lot. He's a great guy. And that W is really nice. You had those posted on your Instagram today. And the lines on that Dublin, I'm a sucker for that look. Those are nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about. You know, I was always a bent billiard guy, but the farther along I get into this, I just love Dublins. You know, I've got 4 or 5 Dublins from you, and it's just a fantastic shape, and they look great, and then just kind of my
balance.
Thing. Yep. Exactly. So we did what's new: pipes, tobacco. What else we normally do? We do have questions from Ask Us Anything from at Noah's House. Let me pull those up on my phone here. Give me a second here. Normally I print this stuff out, and today I am not quite prepared.
One demerit.
Noah? Yeah. Okay, Tim, do you have a curing process when you receive your briar?
No, because it comes to me, if I get it from Premel or at Vermont Freehand, it's already dried and it's ready to go. Okay. Now you do have to store it so that, you know, air gets to it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no. Now, if you were to buy the block directly from the cutter, I believe that a lot of the guys, they get it and it's been boiled, but it's wet, and you have to dry it slowly so that it doesn't crack. And there's a method for doing that, which it's not my thing. But there is a method for drying it slowly, almost like, you know, people who turn bowls and that kind of type of thing, candlesticks and whatnot. They do them out of green lumber, green stock, and then they have to put the piece in a brown paper sack and put it someplace like in the basement where there's a little bit of humidity in the air.
Mm-hmm.
and the dampness, the moisture can leave the material slowly, so that it doesn't crack. And that's sort of how they do with the briar blocks.
Okay. Now, just
But
out
I
of
don't have to do
curiosity.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, how many briar blocks do you have sitting in your shop right now? Got a count on them? Rough guess?
30 to 40 in that range.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. I had many more, probably, I don't know, 60, 70, something like that. But I worked that number down. And, but I'm good for a little while yet.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
then
right.
Premel's going to get more. He's going to have more new blocks available in Aprilish. So I think I got enough to get me through to April. I might have to buy a few more, but
Okay.
I'll be able to go down to Columbus and pick the blocks that I want when he
Okay.
puts makes the new blocks available.
All right. Excellent. Well, see, there you go. Woodworking tips. So Noah has a question for me. You talked about having a shredder blade for a shag style cut. Will you offer that cut in upcoming blends? Yes, I will. So everybody knows I have a manual 1 millimeter shredder. Actually, I have two. And then I have a 0.08 millimeter hand shredder, and I have a 0.08 electric shredder, the big heavy duty shredder. And most everything I'm shredding at this point is 0.08 millimeter or 0.8 millimeter, I believe is the correct designation. Simply because I like the finer cut. Wausau sound that I just made, that's the Burley, the 3 Burleys and 2 Virginias are all 0.8 millimeter. And what I found is that when you're pressing the 0.8 millimeter, it melds the flavor faster. So I'm kind of liking that kind of shag cut. I sent Nick from the producer guy from Get Piped a bunch of jars because he hand rolls his own cigarettes, and I wanted him to try them, and he really likes the shag cut, and so do I. It's just, it's a little different. That doesn't mean I'm always going to do it, but in blends coming forward, anything that I've got whole leaf, I've been shredding through 0.8 millimeter, and I've got about another 20 pounds sitting here waiting to be shredded, which will probably be my Monday project. So run through some shredding. So, all right.
Good
What's
questions.
new? Yeah. Excellent questions at Noah's house. Again, he's working. He actually built a ground level, posted a new video on his gardening, which I find completely fascinating. Just a wonderful channel. And if you haven't seen at Noah's house, please visit him. And, I think the last thing I want to talk about, Tim, is that Brad Logan, the bearded piper, who submitted a guitar riff and who's been a friend of the show, and he has his own YouTube channel, Brad the Bearded Piper, talked about cleaning jars, your ball jars, if you're going to store it in ball jars. And he talked about cleaning it with soap. As someone that uses ball jars exclusively, please do not put soap in your ball jar. And here's why you don't use soap. Any type of soap that has a flavor to it, a scent added to it, that scent, and here's the best analogy I can give you. If you put soap on a paper plate and put it out on your patio and let it sit, you notice that it leaves a residue. And if you go to your shower doors, if you have a glass shower door, you can see the soap residue. Anything that has a scent to it, that residue has the potential to stick inside the glass jar. If you want to clean your glass jars, I recommend using an alcohol prep wipe. Take an alcohol prep wipe, wipe the inside of the jars before you put tobacco in it, let it sit for about an hour, and it will be completely sterile. And I would highly recommend that. So,
yeah,
the ball jar company says, please wash your jars before you use them because they're required by law to do that. And Justin and Nate brought that up in their podcast, and I just wanted to reaffirm that yeah, they're actually remarkably clean from the factory. But I do run an alcohol prep through them before I use them, simply because I will not introduce soap to anything. If I'm reusing a jar, like the big 64-ounce jars I've got, I will not use soap on them at all, because you're just asking for trouble. Do not use soap. Okay. I cannot say that strongly enough.
When I was on the job, I had a customer that was in the canning business, sauces, tomato sauces and that kind of thing. And they packaged everything in glass jars, and they had these giant jar washers. And all they did was they ran them over a spray of clear water, and it was hot water, probably 130 degrees. And with that temperature of heat, it would kill anything. And anything that was on the glass, it would strip it off. So yeah, you don't want soap on a jar. It'll stick. The fragrance will stick, and it'll be in your whatever you're going to put in it. It'll absorb that.
Yeah. Lemon scent, just in case you're curious, is far and away the worst. I don't know what the chemical makeup of it is, but lemon scent will stick to everything, and I don't recommend it at all. So, yeah. And that's how I clean my 64-ounce jars. I will, as hot a water as I can get, and if I'm really feeling the pinch for time, I will run them through the dishwasher with no soap, to give it just that hot water spray. And if you have a dishwasher that has a, what is that stuff that prevents the film?
Spot remover.
The spot remover.
Yeah.
Turn that function off when you're doing your jars. Don't introduce anything other than hot water to your jars, period, or an alcohol prep. That's it. So there you go. Learning stuff.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
It's an educational channel.
Yeah. Not only are we not sober, we also try to teach you some stuff. So
that's right.
There you go.
Hey, we know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah, we've been on this earth for a hot minute or so. So
yeah, you just fall off the turnip truck.
Yeah, I was born at night. It just wasn't last night.
I'm out. But that was a good one. The end.
Yeah. Anyway, big plans for tomorrow?
I'm gonna. My brother's here, going to help me wire up some stuff out there. He's a wiry guy, and so we're going to do that tomorrow after church, and then.
Okay, is this the brother from Colorado?
California.
Oh,
he's the HVAC guy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Terrible knees, terrible shoulders. Typical HVAC guy.
Typical HVAC guy. Yeah. Crawling around in attics and under houses and stuff. I know. I'm in the HVAC industry, so I sympathize with him. So sounds like you got a house full of people.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Yep. Excellent. Well, I'll let you get back to him. Tim?
All right. Well, look, it was a great show.
Yeah. It was fun. Sarah and Mitchell have just been absolutely fantastic supporters of our show. We can't say thank you to enough to Mitchell and Sarah from MBSDPipes.com. And another great contest. And congratulations to Patrick Whitmore. You won yourself a beautiful Mersham.
A little quick thing about Mitchell. A couple of years ago, I got a call from him just out of the blue. And it got into one thing and then another. And then next thing you know, I'm taking a chance, sending him some pipes. And he's selling them on consignment, and I'm thinking I just got to trust the guy, and he just spot on, 100% true blue. Both of them, they're great people.
If you haven't gotten a pack, it's worth it to just order a pipe from MBSD to get the box, because Sarah does an amazing job. It really is like Christmas every time one of their pipes shows up. So.
Yes, they go through a lot of effort to make it nice.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do. All right. Well,
good.
Episode 21 is in the books. Next week we'll have Aaron McGee on. And we'll go back to our Sunday recording time, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sure.
All right. Excellent. Well,
look, have a good Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll talk to you later on. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, pal. Good night.